Well, I've decided no more levity, no more frivolity here. We're going to get down to brass tacks with Tina Turner and Beyond Thunderdome. Who does your hair? Seriously now.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Well, I cut it because George wanted it similar to how I wear my hair. And so a few times it sort of got as crazy as this, but as a queen, it had to be a bit more controlled. So it was sort of, you know, sprayed and put in place. But I did the cutting of the top layer. The tail piece was done by makeup.
Now, Central Australia's climate has got to take its toll, I would think, on any kind of hairstyle. What about that? These are things we never hear about, okay?
Well, it was the extremes. First of all, it should have been early summer there, and it was still quite cold and rainy. So we were dealing with a lot of rain and a lot of cold, and what I was wearing was, I wasn't really covered, so it was cold a lot. And then we went to the desert of Cooper Pedy, and I was burning up. And the metal was attracting the sun, so we had to get one of those shield of an umbrella and case to sort of keep me hidden from the sun.
Of course, it's kind of legendary, your style with costumes on stage, but did you ever think you'd be wearing chainmail, for heaven's sake?
Not that heavy, anyway.
Did it kind of burn your skin sometime?
No, the wires would break, and I sort of had scars in the shoulder area and through the waist area, and because, you know, it was just wires put together to hold that frame, and then the rest was just the heavy weight. So it was really quite uncomfortable.
Seldom did that phrase, when you're hot, you're hot. More apply right now. Let's just go down the agenda here. 4 Grammys, Private Dancer, Black Female Vocalist of the Year. We've got Beyond Thunderdome coming out, a new tour beginning. What am I leaving out?
The HBO special.
Oh, well, what is going on right now? Is it some phase of the moon? I mean, it's all happening.
My moon is coming around for a change. No, you know, I've been out here a long time.
Yeah.
And my goodness, the people in Europe, Terry Britton, Rupert Hine, all of those people were dying to work with me. It was like I'd gotten the attention of people in the business that wanted to. The difference, I can't tell you why it didn't happen in America. That would get into a time we don't even have. But when we were in Europe and we decided to work with producers there, they all said, "Oh, Tina Turner, finally we got someone to stand on top of these tracks," you know. That was sort of the attitude they had. And why now is because I think that everybody has a chance in life. I mean, I think at one time in life, everyone of every walk of life have their moments. And I think I'm having mine now.
How much did you want this role? Entity?
Oh, when Roger came to tell me that George Miller wanted me for Mad Max, I felt like jumping to the next building of the highest building in New York City. And then 3 hours later, what's love got to do with it with #1? Tell me what a day, huh?
Well, now, wait a minute. It wasn't like this sort of shy, like, well, George, I'll think about it.
Oh, no. It's called, get him on the phone now, I'll take it, whatever it is. But there was some problems because Roger said, well, you can't get too excited because they don't know yet, because it lends itself to an actress. And you know, I'm a singer. I mean, I don't have any skill as an actress other than what I've learned from stage.
George says you're a quick study. He says you were on top of it right away.
Well, he was right there, and I knew that he was right there for me, and I wanted it. So I just simply gave myself to him. I just listened and just...
Well, we shouldn't forget, this is not your film debut.
First acting role, straight acting.
Right, but we've seen you in Tommy.
Musical. That was singing and dancing. I mean, you can relate to that. See, no one had to tell me what to do then.
But it's acting still.
It is,
Sure.
but it's the difference when you're speaking. An incredible difference when you're speaking.
Listen, there are a lot of folks out in Kansas City and in Lawrence near the University of Kansas that have seen you so many times with the review out at the Red Dog.
Yeah.
I know you've been to all of the places, and I know you probably don't remember.
Yes, I do. Red Dog Inn.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it, right?
Yeah. Anything to say to some of the folks out in the heartland there?
I'll be there in a minute. I'll see you in a minute. We're coming through there. Yeah, the American tour. My first big American tour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've worked, you know, the smaller, the Red Dog Inn, all the clubs, all of the basic small clubs, hot clubs in America.
Yeah.
But to get into the larger venues, the larger, how do you call them? Convention halls, etc. And not auditoriums anymore. I mean, they're even out of my league insofar as remembering what those halls are.
Don't worry, we'll find you.
All right, that was the 18,000 seater, the 10,000 and so forth. So, but I know all of those people from all of those places will be there as well.
Finally, Tina, about 30 seconds or so left. You have said that of all of your career's thrills, the biggest was sitting behind George Miller at the helm of that picture. Tell me about that. You got out of the heat-controlled trailer and you were right there.
I don't know, it was something about George being so involved. I mean, every second he was telling the story, and he was so much of all of what he was shooting that sitting near him there, you felt it. You stayed more in tune.
And he's such a quiet guy.
Yeah, he is, but then he isn't. It's all in there all the time. I mean, he barely changed clothes. I mean, I think the whole time he was wearing the same top or pants or something. I mean, he didn't even get into like thinking, oh, a different shirt today. As long as that was clean as what he was wearing, that's what he was there. And I loved sitting there.
Finally, could you give us that last bit of dialogue you have with Max when you say, "Ain't we a pair?"
Well, ain't we a pair, Raggedy Man?
Yeah. Thanks so much.
All right.
Wow, what a wonderful character. Beyond Thunderdome, talking with Tina Turner out here in Los Angeles for KCTV5. I'm awestruck. I'm John Tibbetts.